Well, hello, everybody. I am Mark, your DJ Doctor, coming to you from another rainy day in Manchester, Tennessee. It seems like it's just every Tuesday it seems to rain here in this town. I don't know what it is. I think we've had more rain days in Manchester this year than we've had dry days. Hey, and there I am talking on the air. Need to turn myself down. There we go. I am sitting next to the one and only, the hillbilly heartthrob, the one man who used to shave goats just because he could. How you doing, Jason?
I feel woolly today.
Woolly? A little sheepish, are you?
A little sheepish.
Okay.
Wow.
You don't know nothing about sheepish.
I really don't.
Sorry about that. I don't know what got me on that kick. Rebecca is not with us tonight. She is babysitting grandkids and dogs. So if the Bevel one's out there, hey, Rebecca, I'll see you in just a little while. Make sure you feed the right ones and put the other ones to bed, dry. Don't get the two confused.
It would be easy with some of them.
Yeah, it could be. The kids are animals sometimes. We want to say hey to Chris out there at heatfmradio.com out in New York. Chris, thank you for putting us on the show. Don't forget, tomorrow at 7 a.m. Nashville time, you're going to have Ace's Grinder House will be on from 7 to almost 9 o'clock, roughly as close as we can to that, with a featured artist from Ace's show. Last week, you were there.
I was, yes. Last Friday night, I was there.
I might put you on tomorrow. I might not put you on tomorrow.
Wow.
I don't know what I'm going to do. Depends on how you act tonight.
I've been an angel.
Yeah, okay.
Sent from heaven above.
Yeah, okay. I'm not putting you on tomorrow. You just ticked me off. Anyway, no, so check that out. That starts at 7 o'clock again, Nashville time. And then right afterwards at about 9 a.m. Nashville time, you'll get an 8-hour vinyl show that they replay. So I'm not sure which one I'm going to put on. I'm not going to put the one we just did Sunday because it'd be like redundant. So I'll probably mix it up and play Sunday show in a week or two. So check that out. That's on.
I don't think you played the third part of the 24-hour show yet.
I thought I did.
No.
Well, we'll check it out. Maybe you'll get that tomorrow. So check out that heatfmradio.com. Thank you, Chris. We want to say hey to Lisa T at alabamajams.com down there in Muscle Shoals, Florence area. Another mecca of great music down there. So, Lisa, a lot of good things going on with Lisa. July 11th, the May Day Festival down there in Muscle Shoals, actually Tuscumbia, right outside of Muscle Shoals. Fight for Cancer.
You guys will be there for that.
We'll be there for that. And then Sunday, we're doing a vinyl show from Muscle Shoals.
Yes.
That's going to be cool. Lisa,
I'll be back for that.
Lisa and us, we're going to get David Havens there from Kicks 96. We're going to try to get David there. He's one of the big DJs. He's got the new morning show there on the Classic Channel. So, David, Lisa, Brad, Chuck, all you guys down there, Terry, we're going to see you guys soon. And then we have the one and the only IT guru, Brian, the genius one. How you doing, Brian?
Doing good.
That's good. You doing all right down there? You got little storm waves coming and going your neck of the woods too, right? Nothing serious?
No, not nothing bad. It was heavy rain earlier, and it just, destroyed everything. But other than that, we're still alive.
Other than that, you're good. Well, excellent. Well, since we're all okay, we're all dry, we're going to get this show going. Jason, I'm interested in hearing you do this. Go ahead and introduce our guest tonight.
Hey, I'm looking forward to this too.
Okay.
Miss Rebecca Lee Daniels.
Yes, he said her name right. He had you married to him last week. He kept saying your name was Adams. Didn't you?
That's bad.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. I forgive you. No, my name gets messed up all the time.
He got you right tonight, so that's good.
Hey, it could be worse. You could have been married to somebody else.
We ain't going to go there. Well, Rebecca, how you doing?
I am so well. I'm so happy to be here.
Well, we're glad you're here. We're going to have you kick off the show, play a song first, then we're going to get to find out all about you, okay?
All right. Sounds great.
All right.
This is my song called Bloom. My heart is gonna bloom like the rhododendron flowers in June along the Blue Ridge Mountains. the song will end. Spring will come around again. I will look back at bridges burned and think about what I've learned. Appreciate it.
Well, welcome, Rebecca. How are you been doing?
I've been hanging in there. I think that's the universal response right now. Hanging in there.
Hanging in there. That's kind of the catchphrase of 2020.
Yes.
Let's find out where you're from. Where's home for you?
Home for me is in Johnson City, Tennessee, right when you come down the Blue Ridge Mountains. All my music is kind of centered around loving the mountains and that region and the bluegrass and stuff from there. But Johnson City, as in Wagon Wheel, also.
As in Wagon Wheel, yeah, it's kind of famous off that. So, and of course, you're there in that whole area where country music originated. Was that neck of the woods?
Absolutely.
So, now your family's from, is it North Carolina originally?
Oh yeah, all the family, all of them are North Carolina, from the coast to Charlotte to the mountains.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we're spread out across that state.
So they moved, where you were born in Johnson City?
I was actually born in Greenville, North Carolina.
Okay, so that's still originating. All right,
yes.
So how old were you when you came to Johnson City?
I think it was only about 3.
Okay.
My dad worked at ETSU in Johnson City for about 20 years, and so we all set up camp there.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. So what got you into the music scene? How old were you?
I like to say I should have been younger because my dad's a fantastic musician. I grew up in Johnson City, which has a great music scene to start off in, and the history of Bristol and the Bristol sessions. But I was the shyest kid ever. Like a lot of people who perform say, like, "Oh, I was playing for my family and singing in church." No, not a lick came out of my mouth till I was about 15.
Oh, wow.
And I finally just decided. I heard the 18 by Ed Sheeran, and I said I have to do that. And I decided I wanted to play music more than I was scared of people looking at me. And so I started doing open mics. My dad was so happy. He was like, thank God. So he started taking me to local open mics. And from then it just kind of happened. I wasn't really looking for it. And gigs and opportunities just kind of followed me until I finally decided to lean into it about a year ago professionally.
So you quit a real job? Or are you doing this full time?
Well, I went to University of Tennessee, Knoxville for 2 years as a social work major.
Okay.
And I was like, why am I not happy? Nothing's really clicking. This is not like igniting my fire. Like, this is not what I want to do. And then finally, a bunch of gigs started taking off. And I was like, wait, I've had signs for 6 years that this is what I need to do. So I finally transferred to MTSU this past fall. And I'm a student full-time and part-time. I play gigs pre-COVID, obviously. But yeah, so this is like my job. And I use air quotes, but because that doesn't feel like a job. I'm
Right.
like, what do you mean I get paid for certain things? Like, what? Like, I would do this anyway. Like, it's the most fun thing ever.
I heard that in an interview. One of my favorite drummers in the world was on this a long time ago, Johnny Carson. And they were talking about, how do you like your job? What do you think of your job? He goes, jobs work.
Yeah.
He goes, what I do is fun. Now, it has its days, and it has there's a lot of effort that goes into it. But he goes, it's not a job. It's what I do for a living that is fun, and I love it. And if you love what you do,
Couldn't have said
it
it
makes
better.
a difference. Yeah, it makes
Couldn't
a
have
difference.
said it better. That's exactly it.
And some gets paychecks, some don't, but most are still happy.
I'm still happy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, that's cool. Let's go ahead and bust into another song real quick. We got a lot of people here bouncing online wanting to hear you more, and then we'll get to find out a little bit more about you on the next break.
Awesome. I'm going to play a song I wrote a year and a half ago, my favorite one I've ever written, and it's called Burn. I know you'll think of me when you see the autumn leaves on the trees begin to turn. And I know you'll think of me when someone makes you angry. You'll think of how I made you burn. You catch fire like me. But we were more than a flame. You were a match and I was gasoline. Oh, burn. Oh, burn. Song and you start to sing along, I know you will be thinking of me. When you park outside my window, all it does is tell me you can't let go of what we had, you and me. Burn, I made you burn like the sun, and you'll never find someone who made you catch fire like me. But we were more than a flame. You were a match and I was gasoline. Oh, burn. Oh, burn. ever feel any shame making me play a game I never asked to play? And when you think back on our time, do you ever go back to the night you crossed the line? Burn, I made you burn like the sun. You'll never find someone who made you catch fire like me. Burn, we were more than a flame. You were a match and I was gasoline. Oh, burn, burn, oh, burn. Thank y'all so much.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Hey, we want to say hello to someone across the state lines up there. We want to say hey to George Wicks from Brantford, Ontario. About 45 minutes, he says, outside of Niagara Falls. So,
We've got 2 listening from Canada today.
do we really?
Yeah,
Tito?
Tito, no, Tina.
Tina and George, thank you for
cool.
tuning in for us tonight. If you're out there listening, make sure you jump in and respond. Say hey to Rebecca and all of us, and support Rebecca. We're going to find out her social media here in a minute, so you can follow her, and if anywhere close to earshot where you can go see her live when all this breaks and she gets back out there. We want you to go visit her in the venues. So let's find out a little bit more about her. Before that, I want to make a comment. You have a different style, and maybe it's just me, but you remind me of an old soul, more like the old folk singers style.
Thank you so much. That's honestly what I'm going for. So that
Is
makes
it?
me very happy.
'Cause you got it. You got what that is.
Thank you.
But you're not Joan Baez. You're not not Carly Simon, but I can't think of her name now. But those other ones like that. But you have that flair, that style about that. So that's cool. That's
You just made
refreshing
my
because that's
day.
what I grew up on.
Thank you. That's what I listen to. I don't listen to much modern stuff. I love old music. I'm that person. Like, I think it was better
Oh yeah.
decades ago. Real instruments, real just grit and stuff. So thank you so much.
Well, that's good. Joni Mitchell was the one I was thinking. Joni Mitchell, like that. Like
You would
that-
love our record collection.
Oh,
You have to come do a guest spot on a vinyl show sometime.
please, anytime. You just
Yeah,
let me
whatever
know. I'll be there.
Yeah, whenever we do a mixed batch where she can
Yeah,
pull what she
absolutely.
wants and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, because he's
Oh,
got
man, that'd be awesome.
a ton of stuff. So
I could geek out about music for days, literally. My
Oh,
dad and I
man.
just.
we have a blast when we do that. We just did a vinyl show last Sunday, all about colors.
And it made it difficult for me because I couldn't find anything hardly to hear those famous words
Thank
from
God, there was a God somewhere.
you. The weirdest thing I could find was Weird Al.
Yeah, and it wasn't real bad. Wasn't real bad. It was okay. You did play White and Nerdy. That's what I thought you were going to do.
I didn't even think about that one at the
Yeah.
time. 'Cause I
I opened
didn't
my
pull
mouth.
that one. I pulled the.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. But so we had all about colors, and you can check that out on our website. Each and every Sunday we do a kickoff on the colors. I think we start at 11 o'clock Central Time on Sunday. We do vinyl shows. So the color one won't be on this Sunday, but check it out. You'll get an old show. So let's talk about, you listen to a lot of older music. Was there someone that really kind of inspired you of that mix of people? Who was the one that kind of stood out for you?
Absolutely. The musician that really just kind of got everything started for me was Ella Fitzgerald.
Oh, wow.
The first memory I have of music, like I said, I didn't really start playing and realizing I wanted to do music myself until I was like 14 or 15. But I remember being touched by music at a really young age. And old swing music has always just been like the angels opening,
Really?
hallelujah, sunbeam shining down. So Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong.
Oh, wow.
But specifically Ella. So I have a lot of jazz influence. I love listening to old jazz songs. I write a lot of jazz. So really that's kind of my primary one, and also Dolly Parton. Kind of like Ella Fitzgerald and Dolly Parton are my two.
You're talking about opposite ends of the spectrum there. But that's cool, though. But I think that's what makes us better musicians, by listening to a wide range of different. I mean, I could sit and listen to Rush all day. I love Neil Peart from Rush. One of my favorite bands. But I'm a huge Beatles fanatic. And you can see on the wall behind you, and people can actually see on the wall, I'm a huge Leonard Skinner with Ronnie Van Zant fanatic. The Eagles. But then I could turn around and I could listen to Alice in Chains. And I could turn around and listen to the Carpenters. But I think that helps us kind of stay grounded in musical, technique too. You know what I mean? If you play like Metallica, all you're going to be is the next Metallica wannabe.
And once in a while, I can get you to listen to the Detergents.
Don't ever bring that up again on the radio. If I see that Detergent album anywhere near me, there'll be a scrubbing. It will
I'm
never.
looking for the whole album because they've done other parodies, not just Leader of the Laundromat. There's a whole bunch more they've
there's
done.
more goodness from the Detergents.
Yes.
Rebecca, you might want to change your mind about coming to do one of our vinyl shows with us. It's it goes great.
I have a goal at least twice, maybe 3 times during the show. After I play a song and the microphones get turned back on, I have to hear those words. What are they, Mark?
No.
What
No,
the hell
I'm not
is-
giving you the
What the hell is
satisfaction.
wrong with you?
Some of the worst stuff. 30 point buck.
30-point buck. Yeah.
The face from space.
Yes.
That's my favorite right there.
Oh man, I can't even believe. First of all, let's get this out of the way. Brian, Jason, happy birthday.
Yes.
Friday was our 8-year birthday, our 8-year anniversary.
Oh, wow.
Happy birthday, guys.
Congratulations.
We made it to year 8. So with that, I'm going to sound cliche, but it's you got to say it. If it wasn't for the
He
artist being
finally
on
got
the
out of the
show,
diapers.
I'm finally out of diapers. I'm just old enough now to go back in them. But we want to say, if it wasn't for the artist being on our show, this wouldn't be a radio show because of you guys brings the listeners. And we've got people in 54 countries to listen to this radio station.
Wow.
God, I have no idea why, other than it's all you guys, because it's not on this side of the microphone. So thank you, artists. Rebecca, yourself. Thank you for all the people around the world that listen to our show. It just floors us when we look at the numbers and we start laughing, going, seriously? You guys are really bored. So, no, thank you. But listen to our station, not for us, but for people like Rebecca and all even Jason. Jason's one of our artists on the show.
Yep.
We got songwriters in the room. We got Edwina here. We got Steve here, the songwriter. So we get their stuff on the radio station and help support these people. So speaking of supporting, give us your social media. Where are we going to go to find out where you're at when this all clears for you?
Absolutely. Well, I'm really lucky. Everything is just my name, Rebecca Lee Daniels.
Okay.
My website is just RebeccaLeeDaniels.com. My Instagram is Rebecca Lee Daniels. So is my Facebook. And my website has links to my Spotify and videos of performances and gigs. Like I said, I'm not gigging yet. I'm waiting for things to get really safe because I'm immunocompromised and there's too much craziness going on. But when things do start up, that is where my show schedule will be, and I can't wait for that to happen because I had a lot of fun gigs planned before COVID, and I hope it'll be even more exciting once life resumes.
Just pay attention to when her website changes. You got to change the name now, remember?
It's not going to go to Adams. Trust me. It's not going to go to Adams. You were saying off air you had to cancel, 22 gigs roughly?
I had stuff booked up through August or September, I believe. And
Wow.
I was just, my parents and friends were like, whoa, you're still a student. And I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. Like, this is more fun. I was like, quantity. And so that's what I was planning on doing this summer was touring and, you know, Southeast and stuff. So I had to cancel quite a few. But I have faith that it'll be even better once I get back. I'm a pathological optimist, so I have to say that. But
we'll hit it harder and stronger because why? Because that's who we are.
Yep.
And that's what we do. So
and I'm hoping I had a chance to write even more songs and stuff through this that I'll have to play.
Speaking of songs, why don't we jump into another one?
That sounds great.
yeah, kick another one off.
Well, speaking of jazz, I had like I said, I listen to a lot of folk, like Brandy Carlisle, Dolly Parton, stuff like that, but also the jazz. But I had never written a jazz standard, just kind of like guitar-wise. I hadn't been able to write like that yet. But then one moment last summer, I actually found out 2 of my friends from high school were getting married, and I was like, "Whoa, what? We're babies." We were 21 years old. And I realized, like, just because I'm doing the girl power single Nashville thing doesn't mean that's everyone's path. And I was reflecting on how they had like a really old fashioned kind of love story. It just really reminded me of the music I listened to during the 40s and 50s, where they got married at 20 and 21, and it was the thing. So this song kind of came from that. But this is called Palaces and Atlases. Turn this house into a home. Put Sinatra on the radio. We can take it slow tonight. We have got our whole lives, got our degrees. We may not sail the seas, but a life with you is equivalent to seeing the Great Wall, concerts at Carnegie Hall. Who needs to see palaces? We got books and atlases. We don't need to find romance in the south of France. My whole world's in view in this living room. It's you. We were so young, or at least they told us that enough. But I say, when you know, you said, are you ready? And I said, let's go. Seeing the Great Wall, concerts at Carnegie Hall. Who needs to see palaces? We got books and atlases. We don't need to find romance in the south of France. My whole world's in view in this living room. It's you. A car starts most days, all our bills are paid. What a fool would I be, looking for reasons to complain. This little house is home, I wouldn't trade it for gold. Saving pennies, making memories is enough for me. It's all I need. Seeing the Great Wall, concerts at Carnegie Hall. Who needs to see palaces? We got books and atlases. We don't need to find romance in the south of France. My whole world's in view in this living room. It's you.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
We have Rebecca Lee Daniels in the house tonight. We want to thank her for coming in and playing some tunes for us. let's talk about your songwriting. Do you go at it each week where you try to write a song, or you have a scheduled day where you sit down and do it, or do you write songs as they hit you?
I try to make it a little bit of both, because songwriting for me is definitely like the hobby passion part of music. Mm-hmm. And so like I have to keep that like the hobby part of it, and so that it doesn't feel like a job or a routine. But I also want to be a good writer, and I want to keep improving. And I just want to write good music. And the only way to do that is to kind of have discipline with it. So I try to balance it. So, but I think any songwriter would say like ideas are just constantly like floating through your head. It's like a hamster wheel for me. So, my main discipline is when I have an idea is actually making myself like sit down and dedicate the time to kind of like get that idea out. But I have been with quarantine. I haven't had any excuses to like not write a lot.
Right.
So I have been treating it kind of like, okay, if you have the idea, take the time to sit down and do it and try to get something out.
Now, coming to Nashville is known for its co-write mentality.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know the COVID thing, we're all kind of distancing from everybody. Mm-hmm. Have you done co-writes, much of any, if all?
I should, because I'm such a people person. I love people. I'm like a golden retriever. But I've only done one or two co-writes.
Okay.
And I use one of the songs. I play it a lot. And I like co-writing, but for me, songwriting is so cathartic. Like my brain is so focused when I'm writing it. So I don't do a lot of co-writes in terms of, I need to get this song out, I need to call someone. If it happens to be where I'm with someone and we're writing and it turns out, that's wonderful. But I generally love just kind of writing on my own. But it is something I need to branch out and do more, because like you said, Nashville is a co-write town. And if, got to match the times, got to match where you are.
Oh, yeah. Are you one of those that gets woke up in the middle of the night with that song in the head? Are you? You're one
there
of
are
those?
voice memos on my phone from 3:12 a.m. Like as I'm falling asleep, and I'm like, I don't want to open my eyes. I'm like, you'll forget the song, and then you'll be mad. So yes.
I heard Billy Joel do an interview one time talking about the song "River of Dreams," where he woke up and that song in the middle of the night was in his head.
Yes.
He woke up the next morning, taking a shower, and that song was still in his head. And he goes to rehearsal that day, and he tells the drummer, "Here's what I want you to lay down." And the drummer lays down the track, and it became "River of Dreams," which was out of a dream. So I thought that's pretty cool. I am not a songwriter. I can't write a song to save my life. I can barely write a
He's
letter.
got some great hooks.
So you are a songwriter.
Wait until you hear the great hooks. We'll talk to you about that off air.
What was that one? Squirrel in the rearview mirror?
Yeah, that could be a hit.
Hey,
though.
anything works as long as
Midgets
there's like
without
intent
digits?
behind
Midgets
it.
without digits? Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's more my politically.
That's your love song?
I got the one. Love is like a yard sale. You can find it on every corner. That's my new
good.
line.
You could do something with that for sure.
Sorry, Ryan.
I don't think I've even heard that one yet.
Right now, I just came up with it like a week ago. There's people in Nashville right now writing that down, going, "What did you just say?" When this thing goes on there, we're going back and rewatch
Steve's over
it.
there writing right now.
Steve's writing it down. Quick, get Misty on the phone. We'll take Colorado by storm. We better clear this stage out. Why don't you go ahead and pick off another tune you'd like to tell us a little bit about and play?
All right. This is my main story song, I guess.
Okay.
So when I was 16, I just started songwriting, and I had yet to write a song that wasn't about me. I always like to say songwriters are selfish. We're always
all
like,
about
me,
you.
me, 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 me. And then finally something comes along, you're like, this is too amazing to not write about. This is the only song I have currently on streaming platforms, like Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen to music. It's called Barrow, as in wheel, without the wheel.
Okay.
It is the northernmost city in the United States of America, Barrow, Alaska. It's nicknamed the Gateway to the North Pole. It is literally dark half the year and light half the year. And the story about this song comes, I was 16, came home, and my mom had a friend on our back porch. And I said, "This is my friend, and she is moving to the North Pole." I was kind of like, we're in Tennessee. Like, you kind of have a reason if you're moving to Alaska, like especially the northernmost, like the Arctic Circle.
Yeah.
And so she left. My mom ended up telling me the most amazing love story I've ever heard in real life. So her and this guy had dated on and off for about 10 years. She wanted to get married. He did not. So she kicked him to the curb, but they still really loved each other. And so they were on and off. He still didn't want to get married, so they really broke it off. But she said she always knew she'd hear from him someday. And then 10 years later, so we're up to like 15, 20 years of this love affair. She was at work and she got a call, and it was from him. And he was in town. He said he wanted to take her out to dinner. Everyone said she was crazy, not to give him the time of day, but she said yes. And he showed up, had flowers, was dressed up, took her to the nicest place in town. It was a definite, something had changed. It was different. And they shut the restaurant down. They were there till like 2 a.m., falling back in love with each other. And at the end of the night, he said, I'm moving to Barrow, Alaska for work. Will you marry me and come with me? And she said yes.
Oh,
and they've been
wow.
living happily ever after in the North Pole ever since. Like polar bears, and it's dark.
Ice.
Yes.
And Santa Claus.
So
They
it's
work
a
for
true,
Santa.
Exactly. I played a writer's round virtually a few weeks ago, and they said, "Are the people you're talking about Mr. and Mrs. Claus?" Like we won't tell. I thought that was great. But it was just the most amazing one who got away story. I was like, you would write a movie and everyone would write it off as too cheesy. Like that wouldn't happen, but it did.
That's cool.
So I wrote a song about it
All right.
when I was 16. How long has it been? 5, 15, or 10 since I last saw your face. The years roll by, but not a day goes by where you aren't on my mind. I try to move on, but my love stayed strong. I just knew in my heart, in my soul, in my mind, you'd call one day. So off to Barrow I go, to the never-setting sun and the ever-whirling snow. So off to Barrow I go, leaving everything I've known, all for a second chance at love. With the one who got away. Oh, Barrow, my new home. They try to tell me, darling, what left do you see in him? Tell me, what's he done for you? Well, yes, he did leave my heart bruised. Oh, I get to choose what I do with my love. The time apart gave him a change of heart. He came to his senses, showed up with 12 roses. So off to Barrow I go, to the never-setting sun and the ever-whirling snow. So off to Barrow I go, leaving everything I've known, all for a second chance at love. With
let's again with the COVID thing, you haven't been able to do a lot. But what's some of the venues you were playing at before this all hit?
Oh, this is happy and sad. One of my favorite places I get to play is Blake Shelton's Old Red.
Okay.
So I got scouted to play there about a year ago, and that's one of my favorite places because it has like a real big stage, and you just feel real cool. Plus, it's in the mountains. I've played the Down Home in Johnson City.
Okay.
It's a really special folk venue. It looks like you step right into 1974 when you're in it. It's so cool. Doc Watson used to play there.
Oh, cool.
So that's really significant because a lot of the people I look up to play there. And I actually have a distinct memory of being 16 and crying over a breakup, sitting in the audience at a friend or my mom's friend's show saying, I want to play here someday. And then 3 years later, I had my first solo show there.
Wow.
So that's one of my favorite places. And then so a lot of the writers' rounds in Nashville, like Alley Taps and Bar Louie and, Belcourt Taps, all the places where you get there and you're like, I really moved to Nashville and I'm really doing the songwriter thing. So those are some of my favorite places. But I was also just doing the thing like within a year of Nashville, I'm like, I will play anywhere. Like, put me anywhere. So I can't even remember all the places that I was lined up because it was like, yes, 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 yes.
So outside of Tennessee, and I'm guessing North Carolina counts, where else have you played? What's some of the cool spots? What other states?
I've played a few shows with my aunt, Lucinda Lucas, who is also a singer-songwriter. She's fantastic. And she actually is a huge reason of why I'm a songwriter and why I play out. It's because she also really fostered that. She invited me to play shows with her. She didn't have to do that. She was doing her own thing. I was a little 15-year-old who had just picked up a guitar. And she had me play at an art gallery in Charlotte. I played a wine shop with her at a place in Holden Beach, North Carolina. And I play the Blackbird Bakery in Bristol a lot, which is always fun because you're right across from where, you're on the same block as where, they say country music was born in the sense of the 1927 recordings. So that's one of my favorite places I play is because you're just in it. You're in the history of it.
Oh, yeah. That's way cool. So you still look up to the history and...
Oh, my gosh.
kind of follow it.
I am known for lecturing my friends on the history of music a lot.
Really?
Oh, my gosh.
We could do a whole show then. We need to get you on
I love
board.
the history of music. It is so fascinating. I actually want to be a college professor for it at some point in my life because I loved the class at MTSU so much. And my professor, Charles Dahan, he's super cool and he is so passionate about the history of music. And I was like, you mean I can stand up in front of college students who don't care and lecture them on why music history is important? Sign me up. That's what I want to do.
Oh, yeah. That's way cool because music is absolutely so important in this world. And it's one of the things that we cut out because we don't have the school budget, so they cut music program. We don't have this, so they cut the music program. And we found out, and I've been saying it for years, but we found out the actual real healing power of music also as a medicinal purposes and healing purposes when we had Johnny Collier on a couple of weeks ago and found out that probably because of his musician mentality and makeup and being helped save his life during a horrific brain aneurysm. So, so music is so important and it's so cool when we meet people that share that same love and passion.
That's what was magical about coming to Nashville and MTSU because there is not a music culture really in Knoxville, especially at UT. And I was just this black sheep there. And then moving here, and then all these people wanted to talk about the Beatles for 2 hours at lunch. And I was like, I made it. Those are my people.
The Beatles, we need to keep talking about them.
Yes.
This young man that came in today was talking about he texted or talked to 5 different people. They didn't know who Leonard Skinner was.
Oh my gosh.
Come on, people. We need to have a class.
Hey, he's been discovering vinyl, though. He's been digging through my collection.
Oh, yeah. That's education plus right there.
Yes.
So we're going to lose time here if we don't keep going. Let's bust into another song. We've probably got time for 2 quick ones if you got 2 or if you got 1.
I can do 2.
Okay.
I'm like you guys, I would like everyone, but I'm really feeling it. I finished the song today.
Okay.
And I would never, ever play a new song, live or anything, but I'm just feeling it. So we're going to go with it. If that's all right with you guys, if you're feeling it, I'm vibing with it. And I just know that y'all and whoever's listening is going to be kind if it doesn't go perfect because it's new. But I'm very happy with this song because it's my other story song.
Okay.
Kind of reflecting on, I've met so many women who go into high school and they fall in love and they're like, well, this is it. This is my life. I want to get married. And then they break up and they realize, the world has so much more. You don't have to settle down by 25. And I was kind of reflecting on that, and a couple I know that's not happy, but they're together solely because they want to be high school sweethearts. So this is called High School Sweetheart. Every small town is split into those who want to fly away, want to flee the coop, and those whose ambition don't go past the county line. It's a tale as old as a riddle, a tale as old as a rhyme. Your first love is on track to be your last. Future's just another word now for your past. You think he hung the moon, but to him you're barely a star. You're at home waiting up, he's buying her drinks at the bar. All you ever wanted was your MRS degree. Get a man who's left you a dozen times down on one knee. He's treated you mean since you were 16, but you stay 'cause you're scared of a brand new start. Oh, but he'll never stop breaking your high school sweetheart. Pick the same college, dorms just down the street, but somehow it ain't the fantasy you thought it would be. Your friends say you're unhappy, but all you say is no. Missing the lesson, holding on too tight hurts more than letting go. All you ever wanted was your MRS degree. Get a man who's left you a dozen times down on one knee. He's treated you mean since you were 16, but you stay 'cause you're scared of a brand new start. Oh, but he'll never stop breaking your high school sweetheart. And it ain't your fault, 'cause in small towns it's what we're taught. Ain't a surprise that the first time we fall in love, it's a race to the finish line. All you ever wanted was your MRS degree. Get a man who's left you a dozen times down on one knee. He's treated you mean since you were 16, but you stay 'cause you're scared of a brand new start. Oh, but he'll never stop breaking your high school sweetheart. Small family wedding in your hometown. Got your diploma, then went and got your gown. Thank you. Thanks for hanging through that. It was the first run through.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
And you did that well. You didn't hesitate. You didn't lose your place.
Fake it till you make it is my mantra with stage fright and stuff.
There you go. There you go.
I've been faking it for a lot of years.
Yes, you have. And still are.
That's right.
Anyways.
That's right. Do you have anything recorded and available for people to download and purchase?
I do. That song I played before High School Sweetheart is called Barrow, Barrow, and it is on anywhere you listen to music, Apple Music, iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube, all that. You can find links to that, if you search for it, but also if you look at my name, Rebecca Lee Daniels, I have a website, RebeccaLeeDaniels.com. If Barrow and Rebecca Lee Daniels, you'll find it on my socials and links and any of that. And I would love it if people listened, since I can't gig.
So people out there that are listening to her voice, make sure you jump on her website again, Rebecca Lee Daniels. Check it out. Buy her music. This is how these people get going from one gig to the next. You heard the old live paycheck to paycheck. Well, they live from gig to gig.
Yes.
So please help her out. She had 22 shows get canceled because of the COVID thing.
Yes.
So she needs your help and support. So support her in any way you can. Buy her merch, and then you need to got to get some vinyl out there one of these days.
I know that's on the horizon. I'm getting back into the studio real soon to record a lot of the songs I played here today, and I'm really hoping to get some vinyl out soon once life calms down.
Good, we can play on the vinyl show.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Now, you're as a singer-songwriter. Do you do anything with the band, a full-piece band or a partial band?
That is something I was gearing up to work on
Okay.
right before. I went on spring break and then stayed on spring break because that's when COVID came. I want to be in a bluegrass folk ensemble so bad. I love harmonizing,
Oh, wow.
and I love bluegrass, and so I really want to be in a folk bluegrass trio. I love mandolins and fiddles, and I wish I could do all that, and I really want to find people to do that with in the future.
There's two people that's on our show that are literally probably a stone throw away from us here.
Oh, wow.
Becky Bowler is one of the finest
absolutely, yes.
fiddle player
Oh,
I've
wow, awesome.
ever heard in my life. She does the show here, and ungodly.
Oh, cool.
She's phenomenal. She's fun to watch. And then you got Joey Gibson, who's a world-renowned banjo player.
Wow.
Lives here in this town. Both of them are here in this town. And you're going, I was never really into bluegrass a lot growing up because, my neck of the woods in Wisconsin, bluegrass wasn't big. Country was, but not bluegrass. It wasn't until I got down here where I got hammered a little more in bluegrass. And then these two people step into my life and they play. And it doesn't matter if you like bluegrass or not. The musicianship, you
Exactly.
sit there and you go, oh, my gosh.
Just blows your mind. Do y'all like Billy Strings? Have you ever seen Billy Strings?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God, he's probably one of the best guitar players in the world right now, is what people are saying. He's a young bluegrass guy. He's on Rounder. He will just bend your brain. You didn't think someone could play guitar that fast. So he's just
We'll have to check that out. We'll
Please
talk off
do.
air and get his name again. We'll have to check that out. So,
absolutely.
what time we got here, kids?
We got time for one more. And the
Yep.
best thing is she made it through the whole show without running out the door and saying goodbye.
She was trying. She was trying when we started talking about you and her last name. So, Rebecca, why don't you pop off one last song and then we'll say our goodbyes and let you. We'll probably chat for a second. Let you get back headed toward Nashville or Johnson
Alrighty.
City. Actually, you're going the other
I'm
way.
going back to Murfreesboro. Thankfully, I have an apartment, so I am
Oh, good.
grateful. It's only a 30-minute drive for me.
That's good.
I will finish things off with a song I wrote called All I Know. Kind of just questioning things. Science says it was a bang and a speck of dust. Christians say it all leads back to Jesus. The Bible Belt is a rough place to be. When you fall somewhere in between. And all I know is I don't know why we laugh, why we cry, and why we love. I've got a million questions and second guessings, a pocket full of whys. All I know is we'll find out in good time. Religion's a way to explain the unexplainable, but not a soul alive can prove if it's fact or fable. Oh, only thing I have blind faith in is love. You know it's real without vision or touch. And all I know is I don't know why we laugh, why we cry, and why we love. I've got a million questions and second guessings, a pocket full of whys. All I know is we'll find out in good time. And I want to believe in something good, I just don't know what I should hold on to at the end of the day. 'Cause we're all just trying to get along. Some of us pray and some of us write songs. And all I know is I don't know why we laugh, why we cry, and why we love. Where do we go when our time on earth is done? Is it the end? Is it the beginning? Well, I hope so, but I don't know. Thank y'all so much.
We are joined tonight by Rebecca Lee Daniels, doing a great job.
Thank you.
Wanted
Thank
to
you
get
so
her
much for having
back
me.
out there, get this thing over with, so we can get her back out, kicking and grinning again out there in Nashville and Johnson City and Murfreesboro, all everywhere around there. So follow her website, RebeccaLeeDaniels.com. Give you the links to all her social media from there. You can buy her song. Make sure you support her. So, Rebecca, thank you for being part of the family.
Thank you so much for having me. This was such a treat, especially with all that's going on and not being able to go out and do music stuff. This was such a silver lining. So thank y'all for having me.
We're so glad you're here and part of this. Jason?
Next week's guest, although he doesn't know it yet, is Steve. Because I don't have anybody
Steve.
else yet.
Hi, Steve. See, we could bring Steve on and we could get Misty online.
There you
and
go.
We could talk to both of them online about the Colorado music scene.
There you go.
See, that might be an option there. So
And I won't be here, so
you're not here next week?
I'm in Michigan next
Oh,
week.
God, it's going to be so peaceful.
Hey, thanks.
It's going to be so nice.
Tell me how much you love me.
It's going to be so peaceful. It was so nice. So with that, we want to say goodbye to Lisa T. and her gang down there in Alabama, Muscle Shoals and AlabamaJams.com and Shoals Promotions. Thank you, Lisa, for being part of our family. We want to say hey to Chris at HeatFMRadio.com out there in New York. We're just proud to be on his show and be part of his music family out there, too. So thank you, Chris. For Brian, the IT guru genius from Pulaski. From Rebecca, the Bevel one, wherever she's at, either my house or her kid's house or somewhere in between. I'll see you shortly. And then for the one, the only, sheep herder, goat man himself, the hillbilly heartthrob.
I don't own hip waders.
You don't have to. You just look like you do. Jason, the hillbilly heartthrob. I am Mark, your DJ. Doctor, with that, wash your hands and stay safe. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.